It's kind of nice to know what the value of your interest is, but in the same way that when we were talking about sales taxes, it's only so nice to know that your sales tax is $6 on a $100 purchase. We don't really care so much if we have $10 more from our interest in that $100 account. We're more interested in knowing that we have $110 total. And that's the sort of thing we're talking about here with future value, is describing the amount of money that an investment, or a loan for that matter, will be worth some number of years down the line, where we have the formula A for the future value is equal to P times 1 plus RT, where to get this, it's actually a very simple manipulation that A is really just equal to P plus I, but remember, P is P, and I is PRT from that last part using the simple interest scheme. And from there we can factor out a P to get that it is equal to 1 plus RT, like we have there. So let's take a quick example here talking about how this can be used. Suppose you purchase a certificate of deposit, that is a CD, from your bank account with a 3-year contract and a simple interest rate of 5%. If you deposit $1,500 into the account, how much will it be worth by the end of the term? I didn't know this until I started saying it, but certificate of deposit is kind of trickier to say than you might expect. So sorry if I stumble there. But anyway, here we can just use our formula. It's a nice, easy thing to apply. Our value A is going to be equal to, in this case, the principal, $1,500, multiplied by 1 plus our rate here, which is 5%, times the length of the term here, 3 years, which is going to end up being, in this case, 1,500. And then over here, we will have 3 times 0.05, so that's 0.15, which gives us $225 for a total of $1,750. Where I'll say that CDs in general do have higher interest rates. Something like 5% is still a bit unusual, but often when we're talking about these, it's a special kind of account that you can get where you're essentially saying, I'm going to let this money sit in here for a fixed term, in this case, 3 years, and as a result, because I'm not going to mess with it at all, I'm just going to leave it in the bank's hands for them to do with as they will until the term ends. Then they give you a better interest rate under the assumption that you will actually not touch it. There are often really high fees in cases that you do. This is meant to be something that you just sit and let grow until you know you will need it later. Anyway, the last thing we're going to see for this section is a little bit going in the other direction, where we know something about our future value and want to determine the simple interest rate that it may have taken to get there.